everybody, and welcome to GamerSpeak. This is Steph, and today I wanted to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, about Doomers. Doomers have come to Splitgate 2. Doomers are trying to tell you that the game is failing. Doomers are trying to tell you that there's no hope. Doomers are trying to ruin your life. Why? Because they're jealous. They're fanboys of whatever the hell IP that they love, and they want to make sure that you're still playing their IP and not this new IP. And now it seems that Doomers also affected IGN, and we have today the review from IGN for Splitgate 2. I've grabbed a couple highlights from it because, oh my god, not only does this guy lie through his teeth, but he has such a bad take on the game, I can't even... Let's just get into it so you can hear for yourself.
Weapons are good, if largely uninspired. The standard arsenal isn't much different than the original though, which is a shame because it's not very imaginative. And I wasn't motivated to do much exploration of the options or customization of loadout presets because of that constant sense of deja vu. And the new class system adds a tactical layer that sort of sacrifices the original's philosophy of simplicity for the sake of mechanical depth.
So the guy's calling the guns basic, but at the same time he's admitting to the fact that he didn't actually even bother to customize the guns or use them in any meaningful way. And in fact, supposedly played it for dozens of hours without actually touching the game. And then at the same time, he disses Splitgate 2 for moving away from the simplicity of a single person unit to a multi-class. I don't get it. Like, both of these sentences can't be true. You can't say it's too simple and too hard at the same time while not actually engaging with the game. Like, I don't understand what he's doing. Then he goes on to talk about like the portal mechanic of the game, which is the core mechanic of why you play Splitgate to begin with.
I mostly use them here like I did in 2021, pulling off one-man flanks on jerks attempting to take my team's objectives. Fortunately for me, someone who mostly uses portals to set traps and for escapes, I felt like Splitgate 2's layouts firmly established that my more passive approach is the right way to play. Firstly, oh my god, thank you so much for that 1047 games.
So he goes on to say that you can't be offensive with the portals and you should be passive, and then he thanks the game developers for making it that way, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and really highlighting the fact that this guy has no idea how to play the game. Here's a clip from an actual human being plays the game. So, as you can see, the dude has no idea what he's talking about. He has no idea how to play this game. And right now he's telling everyone, the casual community that watches IGN, that, hey, this game doesn't have much going on. You don't even really need to use the portals. In fact, here's the next clip of him telling people, you don't need portals.
Across the board though, it strikes me as odd that maps seem to de-emphasize the advantage that using portals in combat would have. So many objectives sit in places completely hidden from a portal wall.
Well, I see a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and the objective's right behind you. So what the f are you talking about?
And it felt much more difficult to use portals for aggressive pushing. Even modes that require lots of movement or rotating objectives like split ball or hot zone don't afford many more opportunities to use this feature in a way that couldn't be done without it. Like in the other modes, portals only come into play a bit, usually to move across long distances quickly, but not very much in the heat of battle. The most damning realization of this came when I was playing one of the limited time no portals playlist maps and realizing that my games didn't feel all that different without the supposedly defining ability.
So what you're saying is you're so bad at the game that the game never took you out of the kiddie pool to show you the people who are triple portaling the ball away, and you've immediately lost objective within 0.2 seconds unless somebody goal keeps. Yeah, you're bad at the game. So he also talks the maps, basically having less portals on them, which had to be done because triple portaling would basically kill all of your casual community with an instant for anyone who would want to come and experiment with this game, right? And on top of that, the maps are fucking amazing. Ask anyone who is playing this game. The maps are incredible. The maps are the best arena maps we've had in a very long time. It puts Call of Duty and all the other damn arena shooters to shame because they're not even trying, and it's super evident when you have maps like this. Oh, and if you think that I'm just picking on him and cherry picking, well look, he goes to pick on the community and shits on the community made maps as well. Here you go.
In the trade up from the grubby metal walls to the cleaner, sleeker surfaces, Splitgate 2 is also absent of the more interesting features that made the original's maps memorable. Features like deserts and trees that would be smack dab in the middle of a map, like in one of my favorites, Oasis, are now relegated to background decorations. And every surface you'll actually run and gun across feels samey across the 15 map options. Technically, you can fix that problem yourself using the returning map creator mode, now called the Lab, which is powerful enough that it's already filled with dozens and dozens of fan-made recreations of famous PvP maps from bigger games.
We've fallen behind. Let's turn this around.
To be fair, there are some more interesting and original user creations that serve as great sideshows to the main action.
Nice one.
But most of these I've tried have felt too gimmicky to be considered good replacements for the developer-made maps as far as having consistent and competitive rounds of the standard modes, to the extent that that's possible considering there's no ranked mode available currently. It's also spreading the community a bit thin. I've had a pretty hard time getting strangers to queue up for some of the wackier looking options, often sitting in lobbies alone for long periods of time in hopes some other curious Splitgaters would stumble in. I was often disappointed.
So he's complaining that the maps that were bad for competitive shooters are not here and that he wished those were here. On top of that, that the surfaces felt all the same, which you kind of have to do if you want to have that slick, slidey movement that makes it better than Apex in terms of being a movement shooter. He also praises it for that, but he also disses it here in that last clip. Whatever. This dude is a walking, talking contradiction.
Movement always felt smooth, quick, and controlled in Splitgate thanks to its fast but not too fast sprinting and limited jetpacks.
Oh, well done.
In Splitgate 2, both of those things combine with a new slide mechanic to make getting around the maps feel like I remember being able to move in my best rounds of Titanfall.
Visually, quite a bit has changed relative to the original.
Gone is the muted, more industrial look of the battle venues, replaced by lots of vibrant colors and brighter lighting.
We pulled into the lead.
That all makes it look less distinctive and more like the many games trying to catch the eye of Fortnite players.
And finally, we really get into it. He's over here glazing other games again. So he just glazed Fortnite and saying that this game is trying to steal Fortnite players, which honestly, Fortnite players probably want nothing to do with this game because they're Fortnite players and they play Fortnite. And Fortnite doesn't even look like this game, at all, even remotely. But what I find odd about this review is he brings up Fortnite, he brings up Halo, he brings up Fortnite again. He's bringing up all these other franchises that are far more important to IGN than it is to the consumer who's watching this video to find out whether or not Splitgate is good. Here's my show.
We take it deep.
All in all, I didn't find much going on in this battle royale worth steering your drop bus away from your current favorite for.
So there you have it. The game is without a Halo and you shouldn't drop your drop bus over here because Fortnite's just better, or whatever the hell battle royale that you're playing is better. It's a whole load of crap. Like, honestly, this review was terrible.
Splitgate 2 is a competent successor to the original that expands on it, but never really surpasses it. There still are few shooters you can play right now that feel as good as this one does to jump, float, and slide around in. And the new class system adds a tactical layer that sort of sacrifices the original's philosophy of simplicity for the sake of mechanical depth. Weapons are good, if largely uninspired, but the map selection is a definite step backwards, both aesthetically and in the way they seem to discourage the regular use of the shooter's signature portals. Even though it packs in a lot of modes and content in a fair free-to-play game, the effort to bring Splitgate 2 more in line with other popular shooters has taken it a step too far away from what made the original a cult hit.
So we saw that IGN gave it its non-controversial 7 out of 10. Of course they did it because obviously Splitgate didn't line their pockets. And I'm just gonna call it and say it right now. And my proof for that is, look at Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite came out and IGN gave it a 10 out of 10 for being a functioning game. Literally a functioning game. It wasn't a good game. It missed a lot of the core mechanics and features that Halo has offered for decades. And yet 10 out of 10. And this one is a 7 out of 10, which is stupid because this one has all of the features and core mechanics that Halo was missing, right? It has Forge day one with the labs. It has literal playlists, shoddy snipers, SWAT, and yet it's a 7 out of 10. Like, screw off. You have no idea what you're doing, and you've completely lost the plot, IGN. I don't understand why they put this guy on the review for this game. Literal FPS pros are like, this game is melting my brain because of how portals work, and then they find the one boomer to actually volunteer to play this? Like, I don't understand, IGN. And I had to make this video because we already have plenty of doomers that are going around saying, oh, well, Splitgate's gonna fail, or oh, the CEO did this, or oh, the CEO did that. And then we have IGN over here with a large platform that is just doing a complete smear campaign against the game. It's honestly shameful, like really shameful. They are atrociously bad at their job, and I cannot wait for them to be putting the fries in the bag. Okay, so you know the deal. If you made it this far into the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. I try to make content like this all the time where we go and dive into diverse issues. Lately, I've been really obsessed with Splitgate. If you look at my channel, I've been uploading a whole ton of content about it, but we also like to cover other things as well. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.